Hello, my name is Marialuisa Diaz de Leon Zuluaga, a registered somatic movement educator and therapist through ISMETA, and former board member and board president of ISMETA. And I'm here to offer and share with you, first of all, what somatic movement means to me, and then I want to offer a very small practice and a taste of a somatic practice. And I teach somatic movement because it helps me connect with who I am as a human, and from that place being able to connect to others also as a human, organism to organism, body to body, within the larger body that is this beautiful planet. And this idea of connecting body to body, I not only refer to as a physical level or physiological level, I also want to differentiate a few other levels that are actually integrated and interwoven into who we are as a human being or as an organism among others in this planet. And these different dimensions are coming from the tradition and the lineage that I first stepped into when I was introduced to the field, which is the tradition created by Anna Halprin and Dari Halprin at the Tamalpa Institute. It's often referred as the Halprin Life Art process, the Tamalpa Life Art process. And one of the first maps that are offered to understand, to enter, and to investigate our own experience in this living, breathing, pulsing body is the three levels of awareness: the physical, emotional, and mental. Are there more levels? Absolutely. And let me tell you that these three levels, as basic as it sounds, it provides a grounding place that we can take moment to moment. As a therapist and as an educator, it is a practice that helps me center. And once centered, I'm able to discern and in a better position to then respond from a very embodied way. So the little taste I want to offer to you is about recognizing in this moment, how are you physically, emotionally, and mentally, and then generate some movement expression with it. So you feel free to sit, lay down, stand up, and change levels as we go along. You don't need to stay static at any level. You can also do it walking slowly. And it is a practice in the art of listening. So listening in the larger sense of the word. I'm going to invite you then to begin to tune in to whatever you see around you and decide for yourself whether your eyes need to stay open or your eyes could close. And if your eyes are open, then try to cast your gaze down or not focus on anything or anyone, not even the screen where you're watching this. And we're gonna start with noticing in the physical level. I'm gonna offer a few pointers that can help you tune into your physical experience in this moment. Could be, let's get started with what's your energy level right now? Do you feel tired, or you feel full of energy. Just keep noticing where in this continuum between low energy or high energy are you in this moment. You can also sense if there are areas in your body where you feel a sense of ease and flow, and maybe areas in the body where there is a little bit of a sense of stuckness, constriction, level of tension. Maybe there are areas in the body that you can be and see and sense very clearly, like, yeah, I can sense this part of my body or this area of my body very clearly. And other areas where it's like, I don't know, there's a just fuzzy, vague feeling of that particular area or place in your body. And all of this is done in a non-judgmental way. It's a noticing practice. Notice the way your body is resting against a particular surface, whether you're sitting or standing or laying down. If there's a part of the body that is kind of sinking a little bit more, so the weight of your body is leaning more on one point of support than another. So what are the parts of your body that are holding you and are in touch with a surface? And what might be the parts of your body that are more free to move around, that are being held with that support? And you can move in small ways, in large ways. And again, maybe for you, in your physical level, there is much more a sense of, low energy, stillness, and it could feel like almost no movement. So also notice any other sensation I haven't named that you are noticing. Temperature, the way the clothes feel in your skin. So allow this experience of how am I physically, that inquiry, take the shape of a particular gesture in your body. You could do it, a simple way to do it is with your hands. If your hands could express how are you physically in this moment, what would your hands be doing? What shape would they be creating? And there are many ways to do this. So allow your hands to speak on behalf of your physical body. And I'm just gonna give a few more moments in silence for you to do it. You can pause. And now come back and begin to sense, now that you know your own experience physically, noticing what is this evoking emotionally. And by emotions, we mean anything starting with like a strong emotion, kind of a reactive emotion to something, surprise, disgust, anger, frustration, but also feelings, like happiness or calmness or joy or sadness. And it could also be something even more vague, more like a mood, all the way to a much more vague way to say, it kind of feels good, or I feel nice, or not very well, You don't need to be exact in your words. What I invite you to sense is how do you get to sense and know that in your body. How is this emotional experience is being held in the tissue of your body, in your posture. I often bring attention to the facial expression. So whatever is going on in your face, and maybe it's a little fussy, so all you can do is see what's going on in your face and exaggerate it just a bit, so you can start to feel a curving in the eyes, or a tightness or a softening in the forehead, what's going on with the corners of your mouth. And sometimes they'll begin to hint and give shape to this emotional level of awareness. And again, you don't need to name or label it. What is important is that you can sense it. Also, you can sense it in the way there is a sense of muscle tone in your body, or whether your shoulders, what are your shoulders doing? How is the curvature of the spine being shaped? How is it holding you? So, in the same manner, just for the sake of simplicity and clarity, if it helps you, allow this awareness of your emotional experience in the moment to be expressed through your hands. So the hands are, again, speaking on behalf of the emotional experience in your body. And there could be a little bit of a movement, or it could be more like a sculpture with your hands, whatever that is for you. And at this point, let's just go back to the first gesture with your hands, the physical gesture, and then to the emotional gesture. And then go back to the physical, and then once more to the emotional with your hands. And now come back to the body to begin to notice any imagery that is being evoked that speaks to your present experience right now. This imagery is part of the mental level, and it could be a thought. It could be an image from nature. It could be from a dream. It could be a vision for yourself in the future. It could be just entering into an imaginary landscape, some kind of ethereal landscape, or a familiar landscape, This is so large that the mental / imaginal level can bring all sorts of imagery. And again, allow your hands to give shape to that imagery in a gesture. Could be like a sculpt gesture with your hands, or movement. And if you want to take it more into other parts of your body, you can. I'm just giving something simple for those of you who this is already a new practice. And we're going to start to weave together these three gestures with the hands, like from the physical, the emotional, the mental, imaginal, back to the emotional, back to the mental, imaginal, back to the physical, like shape-shifting from one to the other with the hands. And again, if the rest of the body is ready and able to join, do so. And what we're doing here is we start to make the dance of what am I experiencing right now, integrating these three levels: physical, emotional, and mental. And you can take your time with this. And when you complete this practice, you are welcome to create an art piece, meaning Could be a doodle in your notebook, could be a drawing, a painting. Maybe there is a little bit of a poetic response that you want to bring, which is part of the psychokinetic imagery process of the Tamalpa Institute. So this is my offering for today, and if you want to be in touch with me or learn more about how to integrate this into the larger work that I do, you're welcome to contact me, and have a lovely day.